Hi, my name's Adam. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to talk about transfers. So transferring your investments from one investment firm to another. And this is something that the majority of you will do at some point in your life. And I just want to talk about this process because a lot of you don't understand the process, the timing of it, how that works, and also the transfer fees on this. And so I'll break down those three pieces in this video. So let's say you're looking to move your RSP and your TFSA from investment company A to investment company B. What is that process? Typically, you're going to go to investment company B, where you're moving the money to, and set up investment accounts. So you're going to set up an RSP and a TFSA at investment company B. When you set up those accounts, typically most things are done online nowadays. So you're going to set up the accounts online, or maybe the investment company is going to set them up for you and send you a package, usually through DocuSign or some sort of signing process. Part of that package that comes over to you is account opening forms, compliance forms, regulatory forms, all of that. You're going to sign off on all that, but at the end of the day, it opens up your RSP and your TFSA. Two other documents that are going to be included in the account opening forms are transfer forms, typically T2033s. If you're transferring a LIRA, a locked-in account, it's a T2151, and that is a transfer form to transfer from investment company A over to investment company B. So that transfer form, what it does is when you sign off on it, company B will open up your RSP and TFSA, and they'll take the two transfer forms and send them either by fax or email or mail to investment company A. Investment company A will get that and then send the money over to investment company B, which is now managing your investments. Again, either you're setting up, depends what investment company you're moving to, you're going to set up the account online yourself, or if it's a bigger investment management firm, they're going to set up the account, get everything ready, and then have you sign the paperwork. Every type of investment account can be transferred. So if you're somewhere, investing somewhere and you're not happy with it, start looking elsewhere. You can always transfer your money out. Now, when you go to transfer over your account, you're going to have the option to transfer in kind or in cash. If you transfer in kind, it means that company A is going to send the investments to company B without selling them. So if you own, let's say, mutual fund ABC, it's going to transfer over mutual fund ABC to investment company B. Now, you need to make sure that investment company B can handle or take on that investment or mutual fund or whatever you're invested in, at least temporarily until they sell it and you buy what you want to buy. The second way you could do it is you can transfer in cash, which means that when the transfer form gets to investment company A, the form says transfer in cash. So they sell the investment, it stays in the RSP or the TFSA. They're not selling your RSP or selling your TFSA, they're just selling the investments within the account. They then transfer it in cash over to investment company B. Investment company B then invests that money that's within your TFSA or within your RSP. Now, this ties into the second piece that people need to think about is timing of market. So if you think about the in-kind or the in-cash transfer. In-kind, you could move from investment company A to investment company B, and you're never getting out of the markets. Now, when investment company B gets some money, they may sell that mutual fund and buy a new one, or sell that stock and buy a new one. So there could be a bit of time out of market and in market, but that's typical, right? That's your portfolio now. There's always kind of transactions happening within the account that make you out of the market or in the market for a very small or slight period of time. If you transfer in cash, typically your investment could be out of the market for a few days to a few weeks. You might be out of the market when it dips. You might be out of the market when it goes up. You can never time the market. We don't know. Typically, we will transfer stuff in cash as much as we can, just so when it gets to the investment firm, we can get it invested as best we can, as quick as we can. But if it's a time of unstable markets, or you're not sure if you want money out of the market for any period of time, you'd rather just keep it, an in-kind transfer most of the time will be able to do to investment company B. Now, I just want to quickly talk about non-registered investment accounts, because when you transfer a non-registered investment account, if you're sitting on a gain and you transfer in cash, that transfer is going to trigger a tax bill. So let's say at investment company A, you have an investment, a non-registered, a taxable account with $100,000 in it, but you only invested $80,000 in it. So your gain on that account is $20,000. If you transfer it in cash, investment company is going to sell your investment and then transfer $100,000 over. But at the end of the year, you're going to get a tax slip from investment company A saying you have a capital gain and a taxable event of $20,000. Typically, 100% of the time, we will transfer, and I recommend you transfer non-registered or taxable accounts in kind to wherever you're going to. And this is going to avoid any unknown or unexpected tax bill. When investment company B gets it, if there's a tax gain there, but it's in an investment product that they don't want to own or doesn't make sense to own, then at least you can time out. So let's say there's that $20,000 gain. Maybe we sell half of it in 2022 and half of it in 2023 and level out that tax bill. But you can kind of build that into your financial tax retirement plan. Now, with regards to transferring accounts, typically getting an account set up at the new firm can take anywhere from a day to a few weeks. Typically though, we see many weeks. From opening up accounts to getting money in those new accounts, call it 6 to 8 weeks. That's typically the timeline to complete this process. A lot of you are looking to consolidate. I talk to a lot of you every day looking to consolidate. I have 5 different investment companies I work with, and this one I like the best. So these 4 I'm going to consolidate into this one. Again, when you sign those transfer forms, you're basically signing 4 transfer forms and sending those out to 4 different investment companies. Every company takes a different amount of time, right? Just make sure you track it to make sure that all of them get in, especially if they're smaller accounts. You might have $2,000 sitting at an old group RSP plan that you're moving into an account that's worth a few $100,000. Well, that few $100,000 account can fluctuate quite a bit every day. So make sure you're not just looking at the value of the account, but transfers in and where they came from. Lastly, I want to talk about fees. So anytime you transfer an account, you're typically going to incur a fee. So when you transfer out of investment company A to investment company B, investment company A is going to charge you a fee. And this is kind of industry wide, and it's kind of funny because every company charges it. They just need to get rid of it across the board. Now, again, some companies will reimburse you, some don't, especially some of these online retailers like Questrade and Wealthsimple. They'll cover those transfer fees as long as you're moving over like $5,000 or more. At the end of the day, the transfer fees typically $25 to $100. I've seen up to $150 per account. So it can be, if you have a lot of accounts, it can be quite costly. For most of you, it's probably, maybe $100, maybe a couple $100 of transfer fees. Typically, if you're moving to another investment firm, you're moving there because it's the proposition of a better investment is there, lower fees overall are there, better support, better financial planning, whatever it is. You're moving to investment company B for a reason. And to incur a $100 fee, a $300 fee, it's probably a nominal fee when you look at the benefit of moving over here. And if it's not, then you need to rethink why you're doing this in the first place. The last thing I want to touch on here, and we've had some clients that have partnered with us over the last few years where they're moving their assets to an investment firm that we partnered with, let's say BCV Asset Management. They're working with us on the financial plan. We start the process and the market dips 3%. The market dips 10%. The market's up 10%. The market's swinging all over. And the client reaches out and says, hey, Adam, I know we've started this process, but with the market down 5-10%, should we put it on hold till things kind of come back up and level out? And here's my thought on that. At the end of the day, we're moving from investment A to investment B. And we're moving to investment B because we believe that it's a better investment for you. It's going to do better. It's going to do better in good times and going to do better in bad times. It's going to buffer better. It pays a dividend versus the mutual fund that you're paying in here. We don't know what's going on. We went through this process. And part of your financial retirement plan, this made a lot more sense and for many other reasons. So why would you sit in a mutual fund or an investment that you're not happy in, the performance is bad, you have no idea what you own, and hopefully the market comes back up, versus moving to an investment that makes a lot more sense for you today and going forward? I always tell the client, if the market drops another 10%, would you rather be in the black box that you're in or in the investment that you understand over here? It's always over here. If the market goes up 10%, again, you're going to participate that. So yes, we're down 10, but if the market turns and goes up 10, you're participating in it. And again, you've moved over here because you believe it's a better investment. There's more transparency. You understand what you own. If you have any questions about transferring, structure, fees, movement, all that kind of stuff, leave a comment below. I'll do my best to answer them. Make sure you dig into those better options to see, is this a place I should be? And start that transition or that transfer process. Thanks for joining us in this video. We'll see you in the next one.